spy satellites and all take a lot of money and a lot of planning to get that done. But human intelligence goes back to the Bible, the spies of Gideon. It goes back to ancient times. It doesn't matter how poor a country is, you can have a human intelligence collection capability. It doesn't take a lot of money. But what it does take is picking the right people to do it, and also time. It takes time. I or some other human intelligence officer cannot produce an asset to provide verified information in 2 months or a week or maybe even 6 months. This process of finding a person who has a combination of access to information you want to know about, plus a willingness to help you with that is can take more than a year of work before they're even on board. But that doesn't mean you don't spend the time doing it because you have to do it. Traditionally, the Russians have excelled at this. They stole the A bomb from the United States because they were very good at human intelligence. American
Mhm.
nuclear
Mhm.
scientists willingly gave the bomb to the Soviet Union. And we can all agree that that changed the world. In 1949, when the Soviets exploded the A bomb, suddenly there were two countries with the A bomb, and that was the beginning of mutually assured destruction and the Cold War.
Mhm.
So human intelligence can threaten dynasties or tumble nations. Iran has had also has a good has had a good intelligence service, and I worked against them as I worked against the Russians. Chinese intelligence is primarily based on the Russian model, so has a lot of similarities to them. But let's go for a moment into the reason that you recruit people because of some basic things. One popular motivation is money. Somebody wants money. Maybe they live in a poor country. Maybe their mother is sick and needs hospitalization. Money is one way to get information. Um, Ideology is a powerful motivator and can also be used. I hate the Soviet Union. I'm a patriot. I'm an Uzbek living under the Soviet Union. I want my country to be free. I despise the Soviets. My mother didn't go to the hospital. It killed her. And so I want revenge. Right. So ideology is a powerful motivator. Or I worked with a lot of Iranians. I worked with a lot of Iranians. And why? Because they were Iranian patriots who hated what the mullahs had done to their country, and they were willing to possibly risk their life to get information to the West if it meant that that would stop the mullahs or empower them less. So it's a very responsible charge you have here because this isn't a game. This is people's lives we're talking about. If you make a mistake with security, meeting with this person in an insecure way, maybe they're dead, or
Yeah.
maybe their children are arrested, or maybe they'll disappear and you'll never hear from them again. And then you have to look in the mirror and say, was it something I did
Mm.
that resulted in their liquidation? And so this is very serious stuff I had to deal with, and I dealt with it, and I was good at it. And that's why I was a station chief for 4 years instead of the usual 2 years, because I could get to people that other people couldn't get to. Usually, motivations are a combination of all of the above. Because, for instance, if you're living in Tajikistan and you hate the regime, you're probably it's a poor country, so you might be ideologically motivated, but you also want money as well. So it's a combination of factors.